everyone, and welcome to Liara's Kitchen. Today, I will be showing you how to make this very famous chicken recipe, which is equally loved by grown-ups as well as kids. Yes, I'm talking about the butter chicken. But today's video would not only have the butter chicken. I will also show you how to make this delicious, buttery garlic naan. So let's go ahead and check out the video. The ingredients are 350 grams of boneless chicken, which I have cut into thin strips. To that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder. To that you add half a teaspoon of salt and mix it well. Now cover and let it marinate for at least 30 minutes. Once your chicken's done marinating, you take a pan, add around 2 tablespoons of oil, and we're going to fry this chicken now. Here I have used chicken breast pieces, and I'm sure there would have been times wherein you would have had dry, chewy chicken breast pieces, and it's not liked as much as the other parts of the chicken. So the trick to get nice juicy pieces here is to cook the chicken on medium-high for 2 minutes on one side, then flip it over and cook it for another 2 minutes on the other side. Now what I mean by medium-high is that the flame should not be so high that the chicken gets burnt, and it should not be so low that the chicken starts releasing its juices. So it should be just right, wherein you get the sizzle, but it does not get burnt or it does not leave its juices. Now the cooking time of 2 minutes on each side is for the size of the strips that I have cut. This is when you'll get that perfectly juicy chicken strips. Now once you're done cooking the chicken, you increase the flame to high and brown it a bit. This should take about less than a minute or so. This is how your chicken should look. Now in the same pan, I've added 4 tablespoons of cooking oil. To that, 2 medium-sized onions that have been chopped. Cook it on medium flame for around a minute till it gets translucent. Just add a little salt for the onions to cook faster. Once it's cooked, we'll add a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste to it. Give it a stir and cook it till just about the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste goes away. Now here I have 3 medium-sized ripe red tomatoes. To that I've added around 15 small cashew nuts. If you have the big ones, just use 10 of them. Now the reason why I emphasized on ripe red tomatoes is because that is going to give our butter chicken its beautiful color without externally adding artificial color, which is usually done in restaurants. To that I've added 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, just a little bit of water for the tomatoes to cook. Give it a mix. We'll now cover the pan and let the tomatoes cook till the time it gets nice and mushy. The tomatoes and the cashew nuts have cooked well now. So we have to go ahead and turn this into a nice smooth paste. You can either wait for it to cool down and then grind it in a mixer jar, or use what I'm using today. That's a hand blender. Please be extremely careful as the mixture is still very hot. Now keep adding water a little at a time till you reach a stage wherein it's a nice smooth consistency. And this is how it should look. Now I've used the same pan again. In that I will be straining the mixture and discarding off the leftover seeds and skin of the tomato. The beauty of butter chicken is not only in its taste, but also in this creamy, velvety textured sauce. Now we'll turn on the gas and keep it on low. And I've added 3 teaspoons of butter. You can add as much as you like. Okay, now I'm really not sure why the camera has captured this color. This is not how it was. Now to this gravy I've added half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of sugar. Now the quantity of sugar can be as per your choice. I know some people who like more sugar and some people who do not like sugar at all in their butter chicken. But in our house we prefer it mildly sweet. Just give it a taste and check if the salt and sugar is okay, and if needed you can add some more. Oh, and by the way, finally my camera captured the correct color. So this is how the color of the curry was. Once your sauce is ready, we'll now add the chicken. To this, we'll now add a tablespoon of Kasoori Methi. Just crush it well between your palms and then add it to the curry. Some like to roast it before adding it to the curry, but I like to use it just the way it is. And then finally, a teaspoon of garam masala. Now let me tell you, the consistency of the gravy is entirely your choice. If you'd like, you can add a little more water to it. But this gravy is supposed to be a nice rich gravy. So if you add too much water, it's going to lose that richness. So if you want to add water to this, do not use too much of it. Okay, our butter chicken is now ready. So, what goes best with butter chicken? In our family, it has to be garlic naan. So today, along with the butter chicken, I would be showing you how to make garlic naan. Here I've taken 2 cups of all-purpose flour or Maida. To that, I've added half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Half a teaspoon of baking powder and quarter of a teaspoon of baking soda. Now in case you do not have baking powder, you can add half a teaspoon of baking soda. That should work too. Combine all the dry ingredients well. To this, I would be adding 1 tablespoon of yogurt and 2 teaspoons of oil. Some kind of acid is used to activate the baking soda, and that's the reason why we're using yogurt for that. Mix it in well till the flour forms a crumbly texture. Now bring all the flour together in the plate. Make a little hole in the center, like a well, and start kneading the dough with milk. Add little at a time till you get a nice smooth dough. Milk is used to give that nice richness to the naan. Continue kneading the dough till it's not too soft, neither too hard. It should look like this. Here I've covered the dough with a plastic wrap, but you can also use a wet cloth. Just make sure the dough is not exposed to air because we don't want it to dry out. We'll let the dough rest for around 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes, we'll start making our naans. So here I've managed to get around 8 balls of dough. Now this is what I do to get a nice smooth top on the ball of dough. You place it in between your palms. Keep your thumb as a support on the side and just roll it around slowly. If you have cracks on your dough ball, so all you need to do is just stretch it and pinch it from the bottom, and follow the same process. Now once all the balls are formed, we'll give it some time to rest again, just about 10 minutes. Now let's start rolling the naans. And please ensure to cover the dough at all times. Naans are usually long, so just roll it in one direction. Try and roll it as much as you can. And just stretch it in between. And in case it tears, it can always be fixed. Okay, here I have a mixture of garlic and fresh coriander, which I have chopped finely. Just spread it over the naan and press it gently with the rolling pin. Once it's pressed in well, that's when you start rolling the naan. Gently keep stretching it in between. Now we'll flip it over and apply some water on the back of the naan. Let's put it on a hot pan with the water side on the bottom. Just press it a little so that it gets stuck on the pan. Now let me show you how the bubbles start forming. This needs to be done on a high flame, by the way. So now let's flip over the pan, and without the naan touching the flame directly, just keep rotating the pan gently so that the heat is evenly distributed. The naan isn't falling off because of the water we've put on the bottom. And look at that, as pretty as ever. Let's gently dab it with some butter now. And there you go. Your buttery garlic naan is ready. I'll just quickly show you another one. This is a mini one that I've made. I'm just reminding you once again, let the naan not come in contact with the flame directly, or else it's going to burn. And keep moving the pan around. Oh, you can't imagine how satisfying it is to see that you can make something like this. It's so simple and so tasty. So once all our naans are ready, it's time to serve. Let's go ahead and drizzle some fresh cream over the butter chicken. And serve it with some delicious hot garlic naans. So, if you liked today's video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.